Hey, Forrest here. Nothing like getting paid. And with ICCU's mobile app, I can deposit checks or accept Zelle payments so the money hits my account fast. I just wish there was an app for mowing the rest of these lawns.
What? Dude. Fish on.
RowPaint.com, the official paint and coatings company of Boise State Athletics, is going all in this season with an all-star lineup. First up, he led the Broncos to 3 conference championships and 10 20-win seasons. It's Coach Leon Rice. Next, he's the founder and CEO of RowPaint.com. He played a little basketball in high school on the driveway with his mom. It's Andy Rowe.
Oh, no. Want to just paint my house?
Now that I can do.
When I want Boise State to win, I trust Coach Rice to lead the Broncos to victory.
And when I want the best painting and garage floor coating, I trust RowPaint.com to get that job done right.
This is Bronco Nation News Live. The best interviews, the most informed opinions, the latest breaking news, all from the top Boise State insiders. Today's broadcast is coming from the Cutwater Spirits Canned Cocktail Studios. Check out one of their more than 30 flavors of pre-mixed premium cocktails at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Canned Cocktails is perfect for your next game day tailgate party. Now, here's 4-time NSMA Idaho Sports Writer of the Year, BJ Rains, with another edition of Bronco Nation News Live.
Hey, how we doing, Boise State fans? Good morning and welcome to a live Thursday edition of Bronco Nation News Live here at BroncoNationNews.com. My name is BJ Rains. As always, make sure you hit that subscribe button on the YouTube channel down there at the bottom of the screen. If you're watching on Facebook, watching on X, we always ask you to switch over to YouTube, watch it there. You can get in our ICCU YouTube chat. And it's the easiest way as we try to push towards 5,000 YouTube subscribers. It's a Thursday, so that means we have our next announcement coming up in just a matter of minutes on the TBT team, Once a Bronco. We've told you about some of the players already. Get your guesses in right now in the YouTube chat there. I want to know who we think the next member of the team is going to be here before he reveals himself live here on Bronco Nation News. So, Justinian Jessup. We got Thomas Bro play, and we got Derek Marks. Who is player number 4, or who do you want to see on the TBT team that we'll be telling you about in just a second? As a quick reminder, we are continuing our football countdown. We're at number 22 in our series. We're going to take a look at Boise State's toughest games on the schedule. Boise State also got a cornerback from Washington. That's a huge pickup for them as well. We will talk about both of those a little bit later in the show, but as I said, going to start with basketball here in just a second, but do want to remind folks quickly about that BNN golf tournament coming up next Friday. We got 4 foursomes left in the afternoon. We are completely full in the morning. I'll give you that $50 discount, $550 for a foursome. We'd love to have you. It's like $130 a person, something like that. You get a catered lunch from R&R Barbecue. You get all kinds of free swag on the course. You get some drinks. You get some snacks. And again, we're helping a good cause, the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. We also have tickets available for the pre-party Thursday night, a week from tonight. It's only $25, and you get to hang out with Leon Rice, Spencer Danielson, and others. Food and drink included in that as well for $25 for the pre-party. Send me an email, rains@BroncoNationNews.com if you want in. Rains@BroncoNationNews.com if you want in for the pre-party or the golf tournament. It's a week from tomorrow. We cannot wait. It's going to be beautiful weather, and we would love to have you. All right, the comments are going crazy here. So let's see here. What all we got? big day. TBT player reveal, the new football and basketball commits. Yes, definitely. We got all kinds of guesses here. We got, is it Drimmick Day? Got to be James Webb the third. We got somebody saying Abu Keij Jaab. We got a Chandler Hutchison guess right here. What else we got? Another Abu Keij Jaab. Let's see what else we got here. Nick Duncan. I don't believe Nick Duncan is today's guest, but we'll have to see. Let's see here. Not my moose, your moose. Aladdin Armouche is the guest here. Not I don't know. We'll see. We'll find out in just a second. Josh says he would love Abu. Dude is a dog. So we'll have to see here in a matter of seconds. Again, the three players already that have been announced: Justinian Jessup, Derek Marks, and our friend Thomas Broplay. Again, once a Bronco is playing in the TBT basketball tournament, it is coming up in July. They're going to spend a week in Boise, as we've talked about. 3-point contest, dunk contest, full scrimmage. It's going to be July 17th at 6 p.m. at Bora High School. You can get your tickets right there on the screen. $10 for a ticket using that QR code. And again, you're talking about the full TBT team. You're talking about the current players, Tyson Degenhardt, all these guys on the current team involved in the 3-point contest, the dunk contest, and then even a legends bracket, maybe a Matt Bauscher, an Abe Jackson, whoever else we can get out there doing the 3-point contest as well. So it's going to be an awesome night to celebrate Boise State basketball. And again, you can get your tickets for $10 right there on the screen. And if you can't make it, you can also donate to the GoFundMe account. They're trying to help raise $10,000 for travel expenses and things. So if you're able to help with a couple of bucks, you can scan that QR code right there and make a donation to the group. All right, so we told you the three players already. The big reveal, player number 4. We were super excited about this one, and a couple of you guys already said it in the chat. We've been to a couple of different countries already. We've been to Germany. We've been to Japan. We've been to Italy. And we're going north of the border with this one. We are going to Canada. Abu Keij Jaab, the 4th member of the TBT team. He is going to be in Boise in July and then in Houston for the regional on your TV. Abu Keij Jaab, the newest member of the TBT team. And you know what? Let's bring on Abu Keij Jaab. Why not? We're going to bring him in right now. You got to turn on your camera there, I believe, Abu. Looks like you're we had him perfect, and I'm not sure. Are you there, Abu? All right, Abu, you may want to dive out and jump back in. You were just there. I don't know where you went. He turned his camera off, and then it didn't pop up. But Abu Keij Jaab going to join us shortly. And again, the newest member of the TBT team. His final game at Boise State was that game against Memphis where he almost willed them for the huge comeback. And they were unable to win that game against Memphis, but he did some big things. And there he is. Now we'll bring him on. Our friend Abu Keij Jaab. There he is. What's up, man?
What's going on, man? Good to hear from you.
Definitely, man. Been a while, been a couple years. You come over from Oregon, you make some great memories at Boise State, and now you got a chance to play on the TBT Once a Bronco Alumni Team. What's your excitement level to be joining the team, man?
I'm extremely excited. I think we got a great group of guys this year, and we have a real chance to go win it. And, there's nothing like, having the right pieces and the right guys to go compete with. So I'm really excited to be there.
People are pumped. We got Let's Go. My 6-year-old got so hyped when I told him he was going to be back in Boise. He wears the signed NIL shirt all the time. Yes, let's go. Let's see. Straight Baller. We got great to hear about Abu. We got the GOAT. We got, heck yeah, just give us the trophy now. People are excited. Just to be playing for $1 million, man, in this tournament. What was it? What was kind of the sales pitch from James Reed when he reached out about having you join this team? And was it a pretty easy decision?
It was definitely an easy decision for me. Just getting back with the guys, knowing the guys I'm going to be playing with, Justinian, Derek Marks, and Thomas, just to name some right now. And plenty more coming, of course, but just the opportunity to go compete. I'm a competitor and I love to compete. I don't think about the money first because I feel like if we just take it one game at a time, we're going to have the money at the end.
You do. Nate Saley says the guards on this team. Whoa, and we haven't even announced them all yet. But you guys are going to have quite the the backcourt here in terms of the guards. Good luck to James Reed finding you guys all minutes.
I think he'll do a great job of that. And we got a perfect group of guys. They're unselfish and they know it's just about winning. So, it's the perfect group for this type of tournament.
To get a chance to come back to Boise and put on I know it's not an actual Boise State uniform again, but some blue and some orange, and being part of an alumni team and get to play in front of the fans again and play with some other guys that obviously played for Boise State, some with you, some with not. But I mean, just what's this this opportunity like, and what's the feeling like to get to come back to Boise and be a part of a team in a night like this?
It means a lot. It means a lot. Boise has done so much for my career, and it's been the best years of my life in college, for sure, without a doubt. Just making those memories with the coaches, players, and everybody, the environment, the student fans. So, just having an opportunity to come back and compete is just a blessing in itself. And I know if it goes well with this game, the hope James was telling us is that you guys can maybe host one of these regionals in Boise next year. I don't know if he's talked to you much about that, but I mean, have you thought, maybe even a year from now, Extra Mile Arena back in there with a big crowd, you playing another real game again? You probably never would have thought that would have happened. Definitely not, but, anything's possible in today's world. And, how James works, he can make anything happen. So I think we're going to go take care of business, and we'll definitely make that happen in the future. What do you know about this tournament stuff? We just saw Shaquille O'Neal is entering Team Diesel. We got some other teams in there with former NBA players and stars. How much did you know about this tournament? What research have you done since you guys signed up? Just what's your take on the competition in this tournament? It's a big time tournament. I've been watching this tournament for years. It's always on in the summer, and it has some of the, the best players in Europe play for their team when they come back. I have some of the guys on my team that were in Germany that are going to go play for their teams. So I'm excited. It's going to be high level of competition. And, it just comes down to the nitty gritty stuff. You got to be able to play defense, grab rebounds. And at the end of the day, you got to make those shots. Sometimes shots don't fall. That's when you have to lean on your defense and rebounding. But when you got guys like Derek Marks and Justinian and Thomas, I think you're going to have an easy time hitting shots. You're pretty coachable, man. I told you which guys you could say and which you couldn't, and you're pretty good. You're coachable there on not letting the roster leak out. So I appreciate that, man. My best, brother. I'm trying. July 17th, again, it's going to be 6 p.m. at Bora High School. 3-point contest, dunk contest, a full TBT game with the TBT rules, playing kind of an all-star team from some players around the area, and then they will head to Texas to play in the Houston regional there on one of the Fox regional channels. The full bracket has not been released yet. That's coming here in the near future. But again, $10 for tickets for the game. Hopefully you'll buy tickets to that. And if you can't buy tickets to the game or not able to come, please donate to the GoFundMe as well. It's right there on the screen. You can help raise some money for the travel costs and the lodging. And these guys got to be in Boise for a week and then go to Texas for the regional. So a lot of costs associated with that. But what do you make of your team's chances here? Again, I know there's a lot more players that we can't talk about yet on the roster, but when you kind of heard this roster coming together, it's going to be some high-level competition. This team was in the tournament 2 years ago, had a competitive game, but ended up going one and done. You got some new blood on the roster this year. You feel like this is a team that can try to make a run here? Yeah, most definitely. Most definitely. The game has evolved. It's all about that 3-point shot and getting those easy baskets. And I think we have the perfect squad for that. We got a lot of shooters, a lot of guys that can get to the basket and create. So it's going to be very hard to guard us. And I feel like we just have to do a good job of guarding the other team and making them take tough shots throughout the game. And if we do a great job of that, I think we're going to have a great chance of winning. David says straight killer on the court. Nate says he'll have to drive over. I believe he lives in Austin. Going to have to drive over to Houston for that. Going to be a lot of fun, the game in Boise and then there. But you mentioned Germany. It seems like just yesterday, man, you were almost willing the Broncos to a comeback late in the game against Memphis over there in Portland, just a couple of years ago. And we were running, the rundown before the show and where all you've played, man. Talk to us about your basketball journey and your career, man, and you're getting paid to play the game you love. And I know that the dream is probably the NBA, but you're still getting to travel the world and see some cool places and make some money. And it's been pretty cool to see you keep this thing going since you left Boise State. Yeah, most definitely. So it actually started off in the G League. I got drafted by the Mad Ants, first round, 14th, and then I ended up getting hurt, so they waived me. And then I played in the Canadian League in the summer to kind of get some reps in. After that Canadian League, I went to Slovakia. I played there for half a season till December. I did really well there, so I got an opportunity to go to the BBL First League in Germany for MLP academics, and that's where I finished the season. And it's just been a great experience, you know. It's been a lot of ups and downs, which is a part of the process, and I loved it. And I feel like when you go through things like that, it only makes you better as a player and as a person. You know, sometimes things don't go as your way, but it's just how you respond to them is really that defines who you are and your character.
What what was Slovakia, Germany? I mean, what you know? I guess maybe you're partial to the Canadian League, but I mean, do you have a favorite city or stop you've had, or in terms of your international journeys here?
I definitely love Germany. I was in Heidelberg, so that's a really amazing city. Some consider it one of the most beautiful cities or the most beautiful city in Germany. I really liked it there. The fans were amazing. They showed out support every single game, whether we're winning or losing. They always came out and supported us, and it was just a great atmosphere. I had great teammates, great coaching staffs, and I just learned a lot throughout the whole process, you know? So that's the thing that, you know, I take with me all the time. Like all the experiences and everything I learned is I just look back at it and I just realize it's such a blessing for me to just be able to have those opportunities, because I know a lot of people would kill for what I have. So I never take it for granted.
Abu Keij Jaab, our guest here for a couple more minutes. He'll be joining the TBT Once a Bronco team for the tournament coming up here this summer. We saw you at Boise State and your kind of style of game. You could do a lot of things, the pull up, the post up, you know, a lot of the stuff in the lane. You can obviously shoot the outside shot as well. I mean, what has your game evolved? What kind of player are you, you know, for folks that last saw you play against Memphis?
I still do the same things. I think I got better at my playmaking, my ability to move off the ball. My ability to finish at the rim, I think that's the biggest thing that improved. Obviously able to hit that shot, but I still need to keep working on that and keep, being more dynamic as a shooter from in terms of from the 3-point line. So, when I'm coming in, it's just a guy that can do everything, a Swiss Army knife guy with just a little more polish going to the rim and all that good stuff.
Some of the pump fakes, man, some of the little leaners, some of the shots in the lane, man, it was unbelievable to just see you kind of do your thing down there and around within like 15 feet of the basket, man. It was super impressive and can't wait to see it, how it's evolved here. I know you're dealing with a little bit of an injury, your foot, right? But you're rehabbing. So just kind of update us on what's going on.
Yeah, I had a little bone bruise in my right ankle, the talus, and it's been bothering me a little bit. It's usually a little 4 to 6 week thing. I've already been about 2 weeks in so far. So, I just got to keep, recovering, resting as much as I can, not being on my feet too much while still being in shape. So I still go to the gym every day. I get my 2 workouts in, but I just have to be careful how much force I put on my foot. So, but
Abu
I'm
Keij,
working out. I love it too much.
Yeah, I know. But we need you full strength for this tournament, man. Just take it easy for a little while longer here.
Yeah, I'll be ready for sure. I'll be ready.
Josh wants to know in the YouTube chat here, what was your best memory while you were at Boise State?
Definitely winning that Mountain West tournament. I think 3 games in 3 days was really tough. We actually had a hard time sleeping the night before the championship game. And I think a lot of people know at the start of the game, I actually almost broke my thumb. I literally sprained my thumb first, like as soon as the ball got tipped. So like I was kind of playing with, and it was my shooting hand. So I was kind of playing with like one hand. So people didn't really know that. So I had to like really, what's the word? I really had to find, that extra gear and really find a way to win. And I think that was the funnest thing about it. There's always going to be things in your way, and it's just, how you keep battling and how you fight. And, I think that was my favorite moment, because I felt like, man, right at the start of the game, I can't believe this, but I had that shift in mindset, and I just said, I'm doing whatever it takes to win, and we won. So
that championship game, man, that championship game against San Diego State, it was an unbelievable kind of run, the season, the winning streak you guys had, and then to cap it off in that tournament, man, that game, I remember Lucas Milner like swatting Nathan Mensah a couple times. Mm-hmm. Everybody was making big plays, putbacks, and then to that last sequence where they had a couple chances at it, and then time just runs out. That floater that we had seen that dude make so many times rims off, and the time runs out. I mean, that never gets old for Boise State fans, and I'm sure those memories never get old for you either. That was an incredible game.
No, for sure. Everyone was giving it their all, leaving everything on the floor, and that's what I think was so great about that game. Everyone was tired on both sides, but it was just about willpower, and I feel like I learned a lesson there. Winning sometimes just requires you to want it more than the other person. Most of the times, honestly, and that game really proved that. We just wanted that win a lot more than they did.
Some guy named David Moats is watching the chat here. He says, you're the absolute, Abu is the ultimate winner. This is a squad they were putting together. Let's effing go there. So David Moats is watching, man.
David Moats, the greatest, man. He helped me all the time with my jumper. So that's my guy right there. We put a lot of work in there together.
Nate Staley says Boise State is San Diego State's daddy now. I think Boise State's won like 5 of the. I think Boise State's won like 5 of the last 6. They just won down there in overtime in Viejas Arena this year. Like that's become a nice rivalry, nice matchup when you guys in San Diego State meet up.
I know when I first got there, they were beating us, so I'm glad now that we're beating them. So I love how the script flipped right there. So it's perfect.
There you go. I know the game didn't ultimately go your guys' way. You made a heck of a comeback in the second half, though. But what was it like getting to play in the NCAA tournament and play against Memphis and have that opportunity?
It was an amazing experience. It was an amazing experience playing against really talented players, who could pretty much do it all. They had a hell of a roster. Penny Hardaway was their coach, and they had a legend on the bench as well. So just playing a team like that was a lot of fun. We didn't get the win, but, it happens sometimes. But at the end of the day, it's basketball. Someone has to lose. But I wasn't happy it was us, but, you got to tip your hat off to them. They played a really tough game.
And then the next 2 years, they've gone right back to the tournament, each of the last 2 years. And again, Abu Keij Jaab was our guest. I mean, you're still pretty close to the program, only been here a couple years ago. Some of these guys we're talking to, have been gone 10 years or whatever, but you've been here only, just a couple years ago. What's it been like to see the following 2 years, them get right back to the tournament and kind of keep this going here?
I expected it. The coaching staff does a hell of a job recruiting players and putting players in the right situation to succeed. And making the tournament is a testament, to what they do and the work they put in every single day. So I knew they were going to do it, and and they did it. And it's just a testament to those guys and the work they put in every single day.
And sure enough, I don't want to make you feel too old, but I mean, a guy that was on the team is still there, and Tyson Degenhart. To have Tyson be a senior this year, and maybe be the preseason Mountain West Player of the Year, and just everything that he's done, he's got a chance with a good season here to become the all-time leading scorer at Boise State. It is achievable if he can have a solid season here. I think he needs to average about 1 more point than last year, and he could become the all-time leading scorer. I mean, what did you see from Tyson as a freshman, and then just to now think about him going into his senior year here?
His toughness was the first thing that stood out to me. He wasn't scared of those moments. He embraced them, and he was a freshman that was that came in ready to play. Not many freshmen could do that, and he did so much for us at the 4 position defensively, hitting open threes, getting to the basket. And it was just a blessing having him on our team. I don't think we would have done it without him. What he provided was, so much. And then just seeing him improve every single year, makes me really happy, puts a smile on my face. And I want him to break that scoring record and be Mountain West Player of the Year.
Crazy to think he's still playing there, though?
Man, I expected it, to be honest with you. Tyson has that, I'd say, the heart and soul for basketball. And, he's a very loyal guy. And I feel like I can't see him anywhere but Boise State, if I'm being honest with you. So I think it's the perfect situation for him. And I think this next year he's going to, make a lot of noise.
Jordan says, no, I forgot about this one, but your injury against Fresno the year before, if that didn't happen, no doubt the NCAA tournament streak would be at 4 right now.
That's true. That's true. That was an unfortunate thing. It was a freak injury, but it happens. It happens. You know, I think Tyson Degerhart is going to take us all the way this year. I believe.
There you go. There you go. They added a high school player yesterday in the ranks. We'll talk about that a little later. But as we kind of wrap it up with Abu Keij Jaab, super excited again. Just what's your message, I guess, to the fans and folks that are thinking about buying a ticket for that game here in Boise, or going to watch you guys on TV, or putting this team together? And obviously, you were a fan favorite. People are fired up. You're coming back to Boise here and part of this team. Well, what's kind of your sales pitch or your message to the fans here?
It's going to be some high-level hoops. I think, you're seeing a bunch of pro guys come back and playing against the team, and it's going to just be a great opportunity to watch some high-level hoops. We're playing TBT rules, so it's a little different than college, but it's still, the pro game, and it's going to be a lot of fun. I think any basketball fan or Bronco fan should be there. There's the opportunities like this don't come around too often. And, we're going to obviously make this happen every single year. But being there for this opportunity, I think it's going to be great because we have just such a great team, and, we're battling with, Tyson and all the boys. So it's going to be a lot of fun. I think, everybody should be there, in my opinion.
And I should throw in that I think after the scrimmage or at some point that night, you guys are going to do some autographs and take some pictures so kids can come out and see you guys. And, man, it's going to be super exciting, to have you back, and I'm looking forward to it. But I don't know, man, with the Elam ending, there's always like a game-winning shot, and we've only announced 4 of the players, but I mean, you or Derek, I'm not sure who's going to be able to want to get the ball, wrestle it out of their hands there for that last shot.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I'm used to the Elam ending from the CEBL, so yeah, it's gonna be a lot of fun. It's different, but I think it's a lot of fun. I just get winner every single game.
Yeah, that's pretty cool, man. That is really cool. Yeah. And so you're the 4th player. James Reed is going to join me tomorrow. Me and Jay Tuss tomorrow. We're going to talk to James, kind of get his thoughts on the first 4 players announced, get some more details on some of the events coming up when you guys are in town, and then we'll continue the reveal of the players next week. At some point here, we better get to some forwards. I mean, we got 4 great guards, and we gotta see if there's some meat in the paint there too to compete with some of these guys. But appreciate you as always, Abu, man. Great to see you and catch up with you, and looking forward to having you in Boise. I told folks if we can find a way to sell out the game at Bora. If we can sell out the game, we're going to find a way to try to stream this game live on BNN here on YouTube and stuff for fans that can't make it or can't get a ticket. But we got to sell it out first, and then we'll see if we can maybe have some fun and broadcast this thing, Barstool style or something down there on the court, and get some interviews and have some fun that night. So let's sell the game out, and then let's broadcast this thing for the world. And looking forward to getting you back in Boise, man. Get healthy, and we'll be catching up with you real soon, man.
I appreciate you, man. I know Bronco Nation is going to sell it out, so I'm excited.
Let's do it, man. Appreciate it. There he is, Abu Keij Jaab. And again, you can see him coming up for the TBT tournament. They'll be in Boise in July, and super excited to have Abu back in town and appreciate him. Our 4th country. We've yet to do an interview in America with one of these players. So he's up in Canada, and we've had Germany, we've had Japan, I believe, and we've had Italy with Derek Marks. So plenty more to come in the coming days, and looking forward to that. Do want to thank a couple of our sponsors. Going to talk a little football. They do got a new recruit as well. Cutwater Spirits, more than 35 flavors of premixed premium cocktails. You can pick one up at your local gas station or grocery store. Cutwater Spirits, perfect for your next game day tailgate. Our title sponsor is roepaint.com, roepaint.com. Again, concrete coatings, whether it's your back patio, whether it's your ugly concrete slab in your garage, your basement, let them transform it in one day. All kinds of combinations and color combinations. You can get that BSU blue and orange floor if you'd like. Again, roepaint.com, roepaint.com. I highly recommend you check them out. Idaho Central Credit Union, ICCU.com. The easiest online mobile e-branch banking you will ever use is at Idaho Central Credit Union. Check them out. ICCU.com. There's a branch pretty much in every corner. You only have to go in to sign up, and then you're pretty much done. And shout out Brent Cotter out in Nampa. He's helping us with our home mortgage, doing a tremendous job every step of the way, keeping us updated. We're getting ready next week to close on our new home, and it's thanks to folks like Brent Cotter and ICCU. So if you're looking for a home mortgage, consider Brent and ICCU, ICCU.com. Speaking of buying a home, Matt Bauscher's helping us with that process as well. Got our house pending, helping us buy a house. Again, BauscherRealEstate.com, the #1 ranked realtor in the Treasure Valley. And we're finding out why firsthand. Cade Sarah, Kelly, the whole team are doing a tremendous job. Of course, Matt leading the way. So check them out, 243-8222 or online, BoucherRealEstate.com. And again, if you're looking for a grocery store, hometown grocery, you want that hometown feel when you walk in, consider Ridley's Family Markets. Shop Ridley's.com. I think they're up to 14 locations in the state of Idaho. Kuna location, head down there often. The Star location, Middleton, Weiser, surrounding areas. A lot over in the Magic Valley as well and around the state of Idaho. So McCall, perfect time to head up to McCall this summer. Make sure you stop at Ridley's, whether you need ice or meat for the grill or whatever you need when you're heading up to McCall. Make sure you consider Ridley's Family Markets. And again, you can get 40% off the savings at the checkout line using their app. You can get more information, find a location near you at shopridleys.com. All right, we got some comments rolling in here. They're trying to sell out the game. I agree. Let's see. Don't have a ticket sales count. I don't have a ticket sales count for you. Sorry about that. I'll look into it. Excited for Abu to meet Section 12. That was built out of the magical tourney run in Vegas. Yeah, it kind of was. Yeah, that was pretty cool. What are the odds of Boise State Parlay winning the NCAA basketball championship and the CFP playoff? I don't know, but if you got $5 to throw on it, if they gave it to you, you could probably retire after that. I mean, I think the odds on either one of those would be pretty good, but to get both that'd be something. That would certainly be something. But we did see yesterday, by the way, I saw that a couple games were licensed to TNT. Maybe we can get Charles Barkley on the call, or at least doing the halftime for those games. I saw TNT is going to be picking up a couple of the college football playoff games. That will be super exciting. I mentioned a couple of recruiting additions for the basketball team and the football team. Pretty cool. Nice day for Boise State football and Boise State basketball. I'll get to that in a second. By the way, the Mountain West Championship game also is going to be on Friday, December 6th. They did come out with the Friday night package for Fox. The Oregon Boise State game is not on there, so that game is likely to stay on Saturday. Some other games could still get moved to Friday for Boise State as part of the CBS Sports Network or the Fox Sports 1 packages. Those will be announced next week. But Friday came out, or Fox came out with their national Fox Friday night package, and they did not take the Boise State Oregon game. So that will not be happening, and I believe none of the other networks that have Big Ten will have a Friday night game. So I believe you're good, and that's going to be a Saturday game, Boise State and Oregon, which I think Boise State coaches would gladly have the extra day after flying back from Georgia Southern on a late game there on that week, so week one. So we'll find out early season times and then any non-Saturday games next week. And again, some Boise State games probably still will change. I think the UNLV game is a candidate since the Raiders have a home game on Sunday. That could be a Friday night CBS Sports game maybe. We'll find out here in just a little bit of time. But again, no Friday night game for Oregon. And then a pretty cool opportunity for that Mountain West Championship to be on a Friday night. That's pretty cool. Big Fox national game. That's a pretty big deal for Boise State to have that opportunity. I mentioned Boise State having a pretty nice day on the recruiting trail. We'll start, since we're talking basketball, with Ethan Lathan, 6'10", out of Illinois there, from what transferred and played at Arizona Compass Prep. Also played there, the connection with Link Academy down in Branson, Missouri. He's a prep player. I would think there's a decent chance he redshirts this year and is ready to be a major contributor in 2 years. But again, 6'10", was one of the top 10 prospects in the state of Arizona from 247 Sports and ESPN, was named one of the breakout players at the Tarkanian Classic High School Tournament. He's a guy that was committed originally to Old Dominion, and then I think realized he could maybe go a little bit bigger. No disrespect to Old Dominion, backed out. Looked at some other spots and was one of the top available players on the market. And Boise State, again, they're going for some transfers, but the bread and butter of Boise State's program is developing those high school players like a Tyson Degenhart and having guys that'll be here like a Max Rice, 4, 5, 6 years. And they've got 3 of them that they really like coming into this class. Ethan Lathan is certainly added to that. And then you have Pearson Carmichael out of Oregon. You got Julian out of Pocatello as well. So, I mean, they're very excited about the high school class that they have coming in. And now adding Ethan gives them another 6'10" player. Boise State now with 1 scholarship left. We'll see what they decide to do with it. Maybe you hang on to it for someone that pops open later. Maybe you use it on another high schooler. Maybe you add somebody at semester. I don't know what, but I don't think they're in any rush to use it. I think they feel very good about where the scholarship situation is right now. And I think there's no reason to rush into anything in terms of that last scholarship spot. But to add a 6'10 player that was a 3-star player, one of the top players in Arizona this late in the process, certainly a nice get for Boise State this late in the process. I mentioned the football team. How about Davon Banks? I apologize. I believe it's Davon Banks, University of Washington transfer. You want to know if this guy's any good? Just go watch the game against Boise State. 4 pass breakups in that game alone. I mean, some DBs guys have like 4 or 5 pass breakups, like in, for the course of the season. 4 pass breakups, super impressive in one game against Boise State. And you watch that tape, he was super impressive in that game. And so it looks like a really nice pickup. He certainly, got injured and missed most of the season. So certainly has, at least that kind of, I guess, small question mark. Didn't play a whole lot. I think played in 2 games, then was out for the rest of the season. But you're getting a guy that's a starter, a proven player in the Pac-12, and you've now added in Banks, and you've added in Irby. Man, I think you're talking about 2 quality Pac-12 transfers that could start. And Robbie Robinson pointing out that he was having those pass breakups when he was guarding Eric McAllister. Yeah, totally agree, man. Go look at the film from that game. Super impressive. And again, this probably doesn't happen if he doesn't get hurt and miss the rest of the season. Very intriguing, though, because I really like Amarian McCoy. And if I'm Banks and I'm a guy that's, had significant stats and started in the Pac-12, like, I'm not coming here if I don't think I have a pretty good chance to start. And Irby was super impressive, Jeremiah Irby, and I think he has a starting spot, I thought, coming in. So I don't know what they're going to do here. Now you have 3 guys that, maybe they're going to rotate some guys. I don't know. It's a good problem to have for Boise State, but I'm just a little surprised that a guy like Banks would come here when it looked like the corner positions were pretty locked down with McCoy and with Irby. So is McCoy the odd man out? I don't know at this point, but suddenly you have a really nice amount of depth at the cornerback position when you talk about, having some other guys still there. If a Markel Reed is now your 4th option, you're feeling pretty good about what you have at the corner spot right now. So give Spencer Danielson some credit. They had some serious areas that he felt like needed to be addressed on this team, and he went out and addressed them. They got a couple DBs. They got a couple tight ends. They've added, a couple offensive linemen in the portal as well, with adding Steele's brother from San Jose State. The wide receiver position, they went out and got Cam Camper and, Chris Marshall. I don't know, man. This is crazy. James is asking now, where's the weakness on the team now? Is it D-line? Maybe the interior of the D-line. I guess you've got, what you feel pretty good about some of the guys there. Herbert Gums. You feel pretty good about Michael Callahan. They've got some guys behind them. I guess you could say the interior of the D-line. You maybe would like, that's probably the one spot. And so, yeah, I think, Hassanin, they certainly need to find somebody else on the opposite side to rush the passer. I think everybody believes that Ahmed's going to be a star, but they're probably going to put a little more attention on him as well. So they got to find somebody else that can rush the passer in addition to Ahmed. And then I think the interior depth on the D-line is something you're looking at as well, because as I said, Gums and Callahan, you feel really good about. Braxton Feely, but they've got some guys there that I think you need to see if that D-line maybe. But again, we're kind of like, picking at really small things here because we think this team is all of a sudden super impressive. And I shouldn't say all of a sudden, but I guess all of a sudden some of the questions we had are no longer questions. And as Robbie said, the depth at corner was one of the few major questions on this team. So this is a huge get. Love Gums, sleeper going into last year. Dave Miniger says Juice Brown recruited him at UW, helped get him to Boise. There you go. How about that? That would be pretty cool. I would assume no reason to believe that's not the case, but in terms of helping him come to Boise, but that's awesome, Dave. And looking forward to having you out at the golf tournament, I believe next week. Looking forward to that. Going to be fun. Yeah, again, he didn't come here if he doesn't think he's going to play. So right now, who's your odd man out? If you have to look at it right now, is Amarian McCoy not starting now? That's crazy to think about. I thought he was a sure starter after last season with what he did. But they're going to all of a sudden have quite the competition at cornerback as they try to fill this out. And don't count out Newton and Howard Brown. Sheldon Newton, yes, I believe Howard Brown is still ineligible. going back to the stuff that happened at Iowa State. So I don't believe Howard Brown is going to be part of the team. Let's see. TG only 19 of 39, 2 interceptions. Was it because of the talent or the lack of talent? Maybe both. Play a cornerback at edge. In terms of rushing the passer, they're probably going to get creative with some of the packages, but yeah, that's certainly something they're going to have to take a look at. And that's the one spot I might have is like, other than Ahmed, who else is rushing the passer? I know they went out and tried to get some edge help and get some guys to improve, and certainly we'll see what that looks like. But super impressive what Spencer Danielson has done adding to the roster. Lithia Ford of Boise, lithiafordofboise.com. I want to remind you, they're going to be out a week from tonight. Our happy hour event, Leon Rice, Spencer Danielson, Ahmed Hassanin will be there. Matt Lauder, Andrew Simpson, all the NIL guys that they have at Lithia. I believe Jonah Dalmas. You want to hang out with these guys and mingle and just have a conversation with them that you don't normally get to have? You can do it next Thursday, $25. You're helping the Idaho Youth Sports Commission. You get a couple drinks, some food. You get to hear from Spencer and Leon. It's going to be a really cool kind of intimate setting. We only have about 100 tickets, and they're selling fast. So if you want to come, it's $25 again, and the Lithia Ford of Boise guys are going to be there. Email me, Rains@BroncoNationNews.com if you're interested. Rains@BroncoNationNews.com, RAINS, and we'll hook you up with some tickets and help you get there. And again, go purchase your next car like the Rains family did from Lithia Ford Boise. Taco Bell, go get lunch at Taco Bell today. Highly recommend that. But if you need a job, they're hiring as well. TacoBellWorks.com. They'll give you half your wages the very next day after your shift and free food while you work. What could be better than that? The SON Management Group, the Nicolason family, all the freestanding Treasure Valley Taco Bell stores. Highly recommend if you're looking for a career change or you need a job, consider Taco Bell. And again, those cheesy roll-ups, the Taco Supremes, Taco Bell, my kids love it. We're probably heading there tomorrow before my kids' baseball games. We rush out to Nampa for the first game of the Summer All-Star season. So Taco Bell, check them out, TacoBellWorks.com. The Blue and Orange store, they got the Ashton Genty shirts. They got all the Boise State gear, NIL shirts, jerseys, caps, the coaches' sideline apparel. The blueandorangestore.com has it. Online, you get free shipping on an order of $40, or you can just go to the Boise Town Square Mall, the second floor there next to Pro Image. Again, the Blue and Orange Store and the blueandorangestore.com. And if you're, speaking of jobs, you're looking for a new career change, maybe you've never thought of the trucking industry. Well, why not? It's a booming industry right now. You can get out on your own on the open road and listen to your podcast, music, whatever. If you're a person that likes to be alone or someone that's just looking for a new opportunity right now, Transportation Compliance Service can help you get there. Transcomservice.com. They help with all the paperwork, get you all signed up with all the permits and things. Then you can go apply to the companies, or they can help you with that as well. So Transcomservice.com. Check them out, Transcomservice.com. And I said, speaking of lunch, how about Lean Feast? LeanFeastMeridian.com. And they now deliver anywhere in the Treasure Valley. So there's literally zero excuse to not eat healthy. LeanFeastMeridian.com. I got to update that graphic. It's LeanFeastMeridian.com. Or just Google Lean Feast Meridian. And again, 487-5782 is the phone number. But all customizable, all by the ounce, all fresh, not frozen. 2 minutes in the microwave, and you're eating steak, shrimp, whatever, you name it. All the different diets. They've got everything for you. And again, they deliver anywhere in the Treasure Valley. So you now literally have zero excuse to not eat healthy at lunch. And you can get 1 meal, you can get 10 meals, you can get 50 meals, whatever you want. They're feeding the football team weekly. They're feeding the basketball team. Highly recommend the folks at LeanFeastMeridian.com. And again, it's healthy eating. Tell Dave and company that you heard about it on BNN. Maybe they'll hook you up with a special deal there. LeanFeastMeridian.com. We got Andrew Simpson can rush the passer. Yeah, they'll probably do that a little bit. No doubt about it. Key to our football team being good versus great comes down to the offensive and defensive lines. Yep, Vlad, that is very, astute, and he starts up front. Kind of a cliche, but it is true. And again, who Boise State's going to have at right tackle is one of our questions coming up here in the near future. But our question number 22 on the countdown is, what are the toughest games on Boise State's schedule? And we talked about this earlier a couple of days ago with John Mallory. We went through the schedule, so I'm not going to do it again. But obviously at Oregon is going to be the toughest game on Boise State's schedule. This is our Countdown to Camp Summer Series, getting you set with the 25 questions about the Boise State football team heading into the 2024 season. We've talked tight ends, we've talked punter, we've talked backup running backs. Today on number 22 is a look at the schedule and the hardest games on Boise State's schedule. I'm for sure going to say at Oregon, but I'm kind of curious what you guys think is the next hardest game. The number 2 hardest game after at Oregon. Bob Beeler was saying maybe at Georgia Southern. just because of the travel and the trickiness of the first game there. I mean, is that Georgia Southern your second hardest game? So once you're through the first 2 games, that's it. I mean, I can't really think any of the home games. I guess Oregon State, the last game of the season at home, when you may already have a spot clinched in the Mountain West Championship. There's going to be a lot of pressure on that game. I could maybe see the Oregon State game being a little difficult. At UNLV, I guess, just because it's Vegas and they played well last year and they're going to want revenge for the championship game. And they're, you like the direction Barry Odom has them going. I know they lost a lot of players in the transfer portal. I guess at Wyoming, maybe just because it's November 23rd and could be snowing up there in 10 degrees in late November. And there's been some tricky results in games up there. But I look at the Oregon game, and then I just don't see a lot of other tough games on the schedule. And if they can go 1-1 in the Georgia Southern Oregon games, if they can go down and win at Georgia Southern, and then you lose the Oregon game, like you're going to be 1-1, but you got a chance, in my opinion, to run the table. I mean, you got a chance to win a lot of games the rest of the season. We got somebody saying our Washington State, Robbie says, yeah, it's at home. I feel like that's at home, and it's in the middle of a 3-game home stretch. So I guess, that'll be one of the tougher games, but I don't think that's a game that I would say Boise State probably is going to lose. Let's see, Washington State or Oregon State. Yeah, probably so, just because they're former Pac-12 teams. I guess I get it from that standpoint. I would say at Wyoming because of the conditions, and then I would say probably Washington State, Oregon State. Georgia Southern, I guess, but I still think Boise State's going to probably be a 10+ point favorite in that game, won't they? Maybe not. But I mean, it is a tough game, and they're a decent program. It's tricky, but I mean, you want to have the kind of season you want to have. You have to go down to Georgia Southern and win that game. So I guess I'm going to go at Oregon, by far the hardest game. I'll take. I'm going to take at Wyoming number 2. I know they're not great. They got a new coach, but that's just a tricky place to play. And I guess I'll take at Georgia Southern 3rd. And then all the rest of them, I guess Washington State, Oregon State there. And then you got to win at San Jose. You got to beat Nevada, San Diego State, Utah State at home. And then at Hawaii, is certainly with the travel and stuff, not never easy, but that's a game you got to win. And then, as I mentioned, at UNLV, I'd probably have that somewhere up there in the top 3 or 4 as well, just because they're going to be out for revenge after the championship game last year. No Air Force on the schedule this year, and no Fresno State, James, also on the schedule this year. So I think that's a big benefit to Boise State's schedule. It's a pretty manageable schedule this year once you get past Oregon, because you don't have to play Air Force or you don't have to play Fresno this year as well. So question 22. Again, we'll get an accompanying story up at BroncoNationNews.com. They got new basketball, football commits. We'll have all that covered as well. Jay Tust will join me tomorrow. And again, tomorrow on the show, we'll talk to James Reed about the TBT tournament, and we'll continue our questions of the 25 questions facing the Boise State football team. But again, if you're interested, we'd love to have you a week from tonight. Only $25, and you get a 2-hour event where you get to mingle and hang out with football players and basketball players and Leon Rice and Spencer Danielson. What are you doing? Like, it's $25. This thing should have sold out, 3 weeks ago. So we're getting closer, but I want to pack as many people into this room as we can. I'm not giving the location out because I don't want people to just show up, but you can email me, and Rains at BroncoNationNews.com. We'll get you your tickets. We'll get you the spot, but it's going to be a really intimate, cool thing. There's going to be a Q&A with the coaches. You can get your question asked. And again, we're helping the Idaho Youth Sports Commission in conjunction with the golf tournament the next day. So originally it was going to be only golf players that could be in this, but enough of them had conflicts going on that we decided the other day to open this up to the general public to help make sure we sell it out. So $25, we'd love to have you. And again, if you want to golf, we still have 3 or 4 foursomes left in the afternoon for the golf tournament a week from tomorrow as well. So looking forward to the BNN golf tournament. Going to be beautiful weather. The sun's out right now, and looking forward to getting out there and seeing all of you at both events. But if you want to golf, let me know. We can squeeze you in. And if you want to come to the event next Thursday, $25, we'd love to have you help out a good cause, mingle with some of your friends, and it's going to be a lot of fun. Looking forward to that next week. Our 2 events with the BNN golf tournament. So appreciate everybody for checking us out. Thanks to Abu Keij Jaab. Thanks to James Reed for helping us out as well. And again, Jay Tust will join me at 9 a.m. tomorrow. If any news breaks, we'll have you covered at BroncoNationNews.com. Go subscribe if you can. A one-time fee, $50. It helps keep these shows free. We don't want to put these daily shows behind the paywall, but we got to make sure the sponsors are getting what they're, paying, and we got to make sure that we're able to have enough subscribers and things to keep this thing rolling and make these YouTube shows free. So if you can help us out, a one-time fee, $50, you get a full year of exclusive Prater columns and articles and access to all the exclusive shows and things like that. And like I said, it's $6.99 a month if you can't afford the yearly fee. But go subscribe if you can. At a minimum, please sign up for our YouTube channel. It's free. Just click subscribe there at the bottom of the screen. Like the video as well, so we show up higher in the algorithms and things like that. We would really appreciate that. But again, we're trying to get to 5,000 YouTube subscribers. So tell your friends, subscribe on YouTube. If you're like James and others watching on Facebook or Twitter, please switch over. We'd really appreciate it to YouTube here moving forward. Another great show. Thanks, BJ. Appreciate you, Vlad, for saying that. Was a fun show, and it was fun catching up with Abu Keij Jaab, and we'll continue every Thursday to get you some more players on this team as we move forward here into the summer. And again, Jay Tuss will join me tomorrow. We'll talk a little more about Banks on the football side and the corner position there as we get into our 25-player countdown. We'll go with number 21 tomorrow. And as I said, if there happens to be something throughout the day, you can check BroncoNationNews.com or our socials. And if it's big enough that we need to break in with a live show, that's what we'll do. So appreciate you guys. Thanks so much. Go sign up for the golf tournament. Email me if you want in, Rains@BroncoNationNews.com for the happy hour event as well next Thursday. And we'll talk to you later. Bronco Nation News Live, presented by RowPaint.com here at Bronco Nation News from the Cutwater Studios, BroncoNationNews.com.